Hey,
No, I'm just,
Yeah, Dickie already put him in the folder too.
I'll take it. If you made it, I'll take
no,
it.
it's not, it was wrong.
Yeah, me.
But I'll
I
ask
said
you
it's
one.
hot ones, remember?
Yes.
I haven't, Matt, there's an extra copy in here.
Okay.
I made extra.
Do you want, you want to do that, or I'll just make it?
Yeah, I'll just grab that.
Okay.
No worries. They take care of you.
I emailed Steve just to make sure I got all the steps, she emails me every step I do.
Fill up my time with you anyway.
See, you couldn't do it, well, that was wisdom, keep thinking out.
Like there's some of those.
He needs all wisdom he can get, he needs to keep.
On that version,
That's not good.
like when I started doing.
Call you, not
So I don't think those really moved up.
Sonny Cruz told me that he had a friend whose daughter was on the shooting team down in South Texas. And I'm asking him, inquiring about starting a shooting team up at the high school. He's not adverse to it.
It shouldn't go, it shouldn't.
So,
Yeah.
explain to me why you
I'll
can't teach.
I'll look through this. I'll be back.
Hello again.
I haven't called my name here, so you give me a little bit. Well, that's okay, I'm good at that, I'm just trying to get it done.
Stop being relaxed. Just stop the jitters. You know? Be like, yeah. Have you missed it? All right.
I usually have to do yours. Haven't won a game yet, go. Haven't won a game all year.
Yeah.
This month gonna be much better than screenshot on my phone, so I didn't have time to print it out, I just got it while I was sitting on the phone. Thank you.
And he's just, he's like nothing.
Looks like we have lunch, right?
I was sitting there, the change in red, right here is what they
Slow.
Continues to look better.
Auburn,
Getting better north and south. Well, no, I don't want that $30 million. Yeah, he was trade back, he'll be trade back.
There's your dollar back, we're right here in check.
Turn him off. Well, that worked.
No. Sitting forever.
This is Karen gonna be sweet.
She and I both here.
How do those guys do it? I've been there for 6 months, they're exceptional. There's some training.
So the first case, you could have talked to these.
I'll be grouchy.
I tried to.
I'll let you know. I know, I heard that.
She cried. What's that?
Dry socket.
Yeah, that's not good.
Maybe want somebody hit him in the head.
Call me. I'll never.
third.
Oh, it's memo for that.
Peach. Peach. Y'all are usual.
It's peachy.
We'll call this meeting to order. Young County Commissioners Court, sitting in a regular meeting. Monday, September 23rd, 2019, it is 9:30 a.m. But note that all members of the court are present and that this proceeding has been published and posted in the manner and for the time required. If it's convenient, please stand. Mr. Rogers, we will read our invocation and our blessings.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, I wish you to bless all those that are present today. Guide and direct us as we face issues affecting our county and our communities. Give us wisdom. Give us direction. Father, we just ask you to watch over those that are troubled. Watch over those that are ill. And just lay your comfort on those that have lost loved ones this past week. Father, again, we just ask you to forgive us where we fail you. And we just ask you to work your will in our lives. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Michael, y'all got it.
Item number 3, public comments, announcements, and presentations. Where we want to go to first? Looks like we've got a very active group, 4-H members here. Let's just do that right off the bat. We have a national 4-H proclamation. The week will be October the 6th through the 12th. We've got a fine looking group here.
I'd rather have the show in 10 minutes.
Guess all the boys are busy.
That's
This proclamation will read, whereas the Young County Commissioners Court is proud to honor the 4-H youth development programs for the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service for 112 years, providing experience-based education to youngsters throughout the Lone Star State. And whereas this admirable program, which seeks to provide a learning experience for the whole child, including Head Start, including head, heart, hands, and health, helps young Texans to acquire knowledge, development, and skills and form attitudes to enable them to become self-directed, productive, and contributing members of our society. And whereas it's more than 550,000 urban, suburban, and rural youth participants ranging in age from 8 to 19, hail from diverse ethnic and socioeconomic backgrounds and truly represent a cross-section of the state. And whereas the program undoubtedly could not have achieved the success that it has today were it not for the services of its more than 22,000 volunteers who have given generously of their time, talents, energies, and resources to the youth of Texas. And whereas throughout its proud history, the 4-H program has developed positive role models for countless Texans, and through its innovative and inspiring programs continue to build character and to instill the values that have made our state strong and great. Now therefore be it resolved that the Young County Commissioners Court hereby designates October the 6th through the 12th of 2019 as National 4-H Week in Texas, and commend the 4-H Youth Development Program of Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Services, and the many men and women who have made the program a success. We hereby proclaim. Okay. Make everybody come on this
Maybe I
side.
could take a picture and post it to
Should we have them introduce themselves?
Excuse?
Should we have them introduce themselves?
They're prepared to say minimal, so.
We will.
Let's take a picture
Okay.
first.
All right, let's get that photo.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike, you need to see it in here.
Next to Judge, like you like him.
Okay. I'm gonna do mine with the flash.
Why don't y'all smile a little bit?
May I smile?
No, I'm talking about the guys in front.
Right?
One, two, three.
And we get one with the flash. That black, and then that
One, two, three.
Thank
Okay,
you.
let's start right here on this end, and we'll go across this way.
I'm Becca Burgess, I'm from here in Graham, I'm 16 years old, I'm a junior at Graham High School, and I'm in the Lone Star 4-H Club.
I'm Casey Dunham. I am also from Graham. I am 17 years old. I'm a senior this year and I'm from 4-H shooting sports. I'm Maddie Paulson. I'm 17. I'm a senior here in Graham. I'm in the Lone Star 4-H Club.
I'm Victoria Richards, I'm 17, and I'm a senior at Newcastle High School, and I'm from the Lone Star 4-H Club.
I'm Kinsey Goff, I'm 15, I am a sophomore, I'm homeschooled, and I'm a part of the renewed 4-H club.
I'm Haley Hughes. I'm 15. I'm homeschooled sophomore also, and I'm part of the 4-H club.
And these ladies actually make up our Young County 4-H Council, with a exception, a couple of them. We all ended up in the county with being a holiday, at least our council kids. Obviously, that's important to be here for y'all this morning. So there was one notice announcement and a reminder to wake up this morning at 8:30. So these wonderful ladies got up and made sure to take care of business, so we appreciate that.
Y'all should take all their leave from Kenny.
Yeah. National 4-H Week, throughout the week, we'll see with the newspaper, we'll have, every day we'll be doing something in the community. Hopefully y'all will take notice of the Clovers. If not, they'll be on social media for sure, but challenging our 4-H members to some way show off with their members and participants in the Young County 4-H program through October 6th through 12th. And also we'll do some community service projects too that will be highlighted also following the newspaper.
Okay, your name and title, please, for the record.
Penny Barron, Young County Extension Agent, Family and Community Health.
Good.
I'm a junior.
I don't know yet.
I think y'all deserve a round of applause. Good job, ladies.
Somebody can read it. Yes, ma'am. Great stuff. Sorry, council, thanks for voting.
We'll just wait for y'all to sign. I think
Oh.
it's
You wanna
continue
talk?
to get
Wait
it
for it?
together.
So we don't know what it is yet, whatever.
No, we're not gonna find out.
Twins.
It's surprising.
That's what-
You
I'll
know,
do
it's
better.
what you do.
No, I did not do that.
You just gonna let it be a surprise?
We were surprised the first three. Yeah, the first three we didn't know, we only got one last, so.
That's how
I tried this one too, but I'm like, yeah.
Okay, we'll make a copy of that and we'll give it to Kay and she can put it in.
Thank you.
Okay. Back to the top of this item, we're We've got the introduction of Blossom Foundation, Sacred Grove, and the invitation to ribbon cutting, I think, Mike.
I did put that on there. I have no idea where those folks might be. They did not contact me about it. But they insisted that we get it on the agenda, but they may be having a little bit of difficulty getting things together by the end of the week out there, so. Were they out there?
I'll take the big ball.
Yeah. Anyway, this conference center, we're gonna be expecting people from all over the world out there, so here we go. They've invited all the commissioners court out there for the ribbon cutting on the 26th. I think we've got everything in line regulatorily that they needed to touch base on, so we're in good shape on all that.
Okay, I know there's been a lot of rumors running around about that, but
That's really what I'm here.
looks, you know, I think it's gonna be a friendly organization that's gonna bring good economic activity of some sort into the community.
It is.
I don't expect anything but good things to happen there.
I ask you, if you've got questions about their organization and what they do out there, go out there and spend some time with them. Go meet them. I mean, the gate's open, you're welcome inside there, and they have nothing to hide. I'm not saying it's anything you normally find in Young County, but they found Young County because it was in an advantageous location, the property was right. They have another conference center, I think, in New York, and they have one in California that they just got through doing a conference with. If you're curious, you can go on YouTube and find the videos of that conference from last week on YouTube and get a little bit of glimmer of what it is that they do there. Okay. Anyway, they're nice folks, so let's hope they make good citizens, and we shall also, and life will be good.
Okay, the next item on the agenda here on our public comments is service. That's September 28, 2019, barbecue lunch, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and then dance featuring Chris Shackelford initially and Jay Cooker. Then 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. HDH Pavilion. Would you like to say anything more about that?
Yes, sir, I would. We had a meeting this last Sunday, wasn't it? When was it? When was it? Thursday. The sheriff's office has taken the lead on security. As you well know, that's on Highway 114, which carries an awful lot of traffic. And I think all of our first responders, which we are doing this far, are taking care of us once again with traffic control, markers, making sure that people get in safely and get out safely. So the plan is a very involved and detailed plan. I think they've got it under control as always. And so folks, come out and, you know, give a little respect to these folks that do everything that they do for us, and it'll be a good time. Chris Shackelford has bailed out for some personal reasons, I guess, and they're looking for another band to open for Jake. If nothing else, Jake will play another hour for folks, or, you know, so life will be good.
Judge, there's your opening.
Bring your guitar, Judge.
I have tickets for the lunch and the dance if anybody needs.
Channel 6 had a great report also on TV. It's on Facebook.
Is there anything, any other item that needs to be brought towards attention by anybody?
There will be a, October 5th, there will be a circus for the Grand Evening Lions of Love at the girls softball field. Please buy your tickets in advance. They're cheaper that way, and the Lions Club gets a larger portion of the sales from that, so.
They're gonna be out here at the hospital.
Where they're having the bonfire, out there with the girls softball field.
And that's another thing, it's homecoming week, so we do have a bonfire.
Bonfire will be this Thursday. People who can't find anything to do, grab Texas Young County, start looking.
Have to get it, what time? What time is it?
It's a 2 o'clock performance and a 4:30 performance on October 5th.
I think they're all there before.
The day before, though. Matter of fact, I was passing out circles and selling tickets at United this past weekend. I handed one to a lady. She says, "This is the same circus that's going to be in Alma." I said, "That certainly is. Enjoy yourself in Alma."
Okay, very good. Anything else? Move on to item number 4. consider county clerk minutes from previous meeting, September the 9th, 2019. Minutes included in the packet. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections?
So moved.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Wiley, a second by Commissioner Rogers to approve those minutes as presented. All in favor? Aye. Carried 5-0. Item number 5 is consider treasurer's financial report, updates on securities, anything?
Okay.
What? Item number 6, consider auditor's budget amendments and vouchers.
I'll have some budget amendments next time here. Total is $283,780.54.
60. 69 cents.
54.
54 cents, okay.
And out of the general is $209,790.48. There is no non-computing in this one.
So moved on that.
We're a big run there.
Yes, it is.
Have a motion by Commissioner Wiley and a second by Commissioner Rogers to approve vouchers payable as presented. All in favor? Carried 5-0. There being no amendments. Item number 7 is consider employee bonds. Pete Douglas Anderson, Chief Juvenile Probation Officer, and Linda Carroll King, Deputy Tax Collector Assistant.
Still moving.
Amount of $5,000.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Wiley on the motion, Commissioner Sipes on the second to approve those bonds as presented. All in favor? Item number 8 is consider Humane Society contract with the Young County for sheltering abandoned and seized rim-mounted animals with proposed added provisional clause to condition item number 8. We have Chaplain Burke, Sheriff, Manager.
I'm the treasurer, Joseph Green.
And another board member.
Board member.
So it's brought to my attention the last meeting that,
I'll step right up here.
it was brought to my attention the last meeting that the $20,000 was in question about what was actually being done with the $20,000 and where it was actually going. And the cost per animal that $20,000 is seeing is so far this year, we've taken in 410 animals just from Young County unincorporated. That averages out to about $49 an animal. That our cost of just intake alone from the moment that animal comes in is $58 for vaccines, dewormers, heartworm testing, so we can know the status of that animal, or FELB testing in terms of a cat. The actual cost per outcome over outcomes is about $162 per animal. So that being said, we're happily raised together about $110 per animal. And this is for Everett, we're specifically talking about just the Young County animals. That's $410. It costs about $58 per per animal just for them to come in. But $162 before the outcome of that animal. You know, whether the dog, the kept dog or cat is adopted out, euthanized, those are rescued, that kind of thing. So I just wanted you to know that we are being very careful with our $20,000, and we are using it judiciously, and that we are fundraising quite a bit of that income. About 76.5% of our operating budget is fundraised as well from the community and donors. So that's where that $20,000 is going to help offset a little bit of the cost. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that is where we are with the $20,000 that we do get. And when it comes to what I just read over, when it comes to a rabies quarantine, moving forward, in order to limit potential lawsuits and liability, we're going to need at the very least some time to put some of these measures in place from the Title 25 Health Department's the official Texas Administrative Code. There's some things in here that definitely need to be addressed. The manager of a quarantine facility should be either a licensed veterinarian or an individual who has satisfactorily completed an appropriate TDH training course. That would need to be addressed immediately, and probably not just the manager, but anybody that's supervising or in control of any of these animals that are supposed to be under rabies quarantine are going to need to be trained to a satisfactory level. Also, we would ask that a pre-exposure rabies vaccine series is administered to anybody that would need to be. So there probably needs to be more than one shelter employee, and the cost for those is approximately $330 per vaccine. It's a series of 3 vaccines, and so that's looking at $990 to $1,000 per employee to vaccinate them for pre-exposure rabies for anybody that's going to be handling or checking off any of these animals that are in rabies quarantine, that are coming in rabies quarantine with us. So before we accept any more rabies quarantine animals, we would ask that we look into getting that done for the employees. I don't know where you have it done here in Graham, or if you can, if there's a health department here that can facilitate that. Also, the animals also will need to be checked on at least, twice a day by somebody that is authorized by an authority that has passed these training criteria. And also we'd be looking at, this really, probably should be done in a full service veterinary clinic. We don't have anybody on staff right now that would be even certified to check off these animals. And like I said, it would probably need to be more than one employee, seeing as this needs to be done every single day, 7 days a week, for at least the 10 days of the animals there. So that's going to require more than one employee to be certified for that. Along with that being said, now if you're quarantining an animal for 10 days, you're obviously not collecting a rabies specimen. So we don't have anyone currently that can collect a rabies specimen, and I'm assuming everybody knows how that we collect a rabies specimen. Yes, okay. So that would need to be done, and that does need to be done. We would ask that animal be transferred to a full service clinic that can be done at, because we don't have anybody that is able to, perform that procedure on a deceased animal. We also would need to come up with or adopt a SOP policy and procedures for the trained employees to have that in place for a quarantine facility, which is going to take us some time, and be sure that we're not opening ourselves up to any liability or issues coming in with it.
Hold on just a little bit there. Do you have quarantine facilities there?
I mean, we have our kennels are,
Do
I
you have
believe,
quarantine facilities
There
there?
are 2 kennels that were altered that should meet quarantine.
and I believe they have met it in the past.
Do you quarantine animals for the city?
We are not currently.
You have not ever quarantined an animal for the city?
We have in the past, we do not currently.
Are these same rules applicable to the city?
Yes.
Okay.
This is from the so this is for anywhere that quarantines animals. So no, we're not accepting any quarantine animals right now, because I just got what this is what it's supposed to do. So moving forward, this are the procedures that need to be followed that come to our attention in terms of quarantining rabies animals. These are all the criteria that need to be followed, and I have gone through and looked at what we need to change, or what we would need to adopt, or what we would need to bring our people up to speed on.
May I ask a question? You're talking about the regimen of shots, $300 per shot, $900.
Yes, it's.
Who's that for?
That would be for anybody that would be coming in contact or checking on these rabies.
How do you know the dogs coming into the kennel that are voluntarily, that don't have rabies?
We don't,
So every employee out there is taking this regimen shot?
no.
No, but they're not being quarantined for a bite either. The animal brought in on a bite quarantine, it's gonna be a higher risk going in because it has already
I know that
shown.
any animal crossing the fence
Bite.
into your facility could be subject to having rabies, right?
It's true, yes.
So it would be safe to have every employee have those shots, right?
It would be safe. It's not feasible, but it would be best
Feasibility is what we're
case.
talking about.
Yeah.
Purpose of the quarantine is for observation, it's not for collection of anything, it's for observation of signs that are right now.
Yes.
Obviously, if they have signs, they indicate signs, that animal is going to be euthanized in his head, it's going to go to the state lab. So that would be a licensed veterinarian who would do that.
Or an animal control officer,
Excuse me.
or an animal control officer.
Yeah, okay, so, I don't know where all these shots coming in, I'll have to look at that a little bit.
I was just saying, if we,
What we're needing is a place that when we do have a call, it mandates that an animal be put in quarantine to observe, we're needing that location. Or the authority to put facilities in that location. To do that, I don't guess that we're expecting somebody else to observe that animal all the time unless we go to a licensed vet. And I understood that you had licensed vets working there.
we do, our veterinarian that comes down for our pets clinics is there 3 to 4 times a month.
Yeah, I also understand that they're competing, as a 501c3 charity organization that's competing with our local vets. Is that right?
I mean, I don't think so. Research has shown that the people that are coming to our clinic are people that, we are getting people that would not know, they wouldn't be able to afford a veterinarian
Or that
regardless.
like your request to fill out some kind of imaging affidavit or anything like that?
Not for the, not to just come to our clinic, no. And means testing has shown across the board that it's really not feasible to do
My
for,
understanding is open to the public.
yes, it's open to the public. Now, if they want to, we don't have any, right now, at this time, we don't have any subsidies for, in this area, we don't have any subsidies for, so they'd be paying the regular price. But,
I don't understand the regular price, but the regular price for 401c3 is probably going to be less than the market price.
well, and the market price for a full service, you get a lot more things for a full service than you would for a low cost clinic. I mean, it depends on if you want to shop at Walmart, or if you want to use a Market Street, or you want to go anywhere else, that's your decision for your pet. It depends on if what exactly you're needing or what you're wanting. We have like a feral cat program, we're trying to put a dent in the feral cat population, trying to see less feral cats and less of them, taking over the colony. So we do have, that's the only like small rate that we have right now, is we're able to stay and neuter those for $10. So I mean, but other than that, I mean, they're paying the regular price, but the pet owners are making that decision if they want to use a full service vet or if they would like to use the pets clinic. That's fine. But most of the time, what we're seeing is we're signing up people who are surrendering animals, or we're signing up people that normally wouldn't ever be able to even consider using a full service vet. So we're trying to make a dent in the overpopulation. That's the only thing we're doing is vaccinating and spaying and neutering. We're not taking away anything from any of the vets. We're not a full service clinic. We recommend everybody has a vet and uses a full service clinic and develops a relationship with the vet. We are only trying to get at the people that are causing such a large overpopulation issue. We are trying to spay and neuter what we can to hopefully see a decrease in that pet population, so that maybe people have a little bit more money to actually spend on things at a full service vet, be able to get more care for their animals. So the money that they might be saving getting their pets spayed or neutered at a lower cost could potentially have them develop a better relationship with their full service vets and be able to see them for more, things that they might want to, maybe they'd be able to afford a visit to a full-service clinic if they're not spending an arm and a leg just to get their pets spayed and neutered, and making it affordable, making it accessible, and giving the community another option, I don't think is in any way competition. I think if anything, it's helping the community have more resources, and their money goes further. I mean, you can look at it in a million different ways, but it's shown across the board that if you look at the research from all the places that have put in clinics, spay and neuter clinics, that they don't in any way alter they don't decrease the profits of the full service clinics. If anything, they seem thriving. And I can only speak directly for Wichita Falls, but we have had a low-cost clinic there since 2007, and we have seen 0 closings of any full-service clinics. In fact, we've seen them grow. In fact, we refer people to them quite often, and have a very good relationship with one of them in particular, where we send a ton of animals to, because there's only very, very small things that we can do, only small things that we can help with, and that's basically your spay and neuter and your vaccines. And most of these animals would never be getting vaccinated if it weren't for this clinic.
Well, it all circles back around to save cities and counties money, because the number of animals that we take in at we spay and neuter are not going to be producing those homeless animals out on the street that our community is paying for. Those animals that are getting vaccinated that wouldn't otherwise be vaccinated are not spreading those diseases to the community's pets, to the community's people. So by having these clinics in place for people that can't or won't go to a full-service vet to get a spay neuter or to get vaccinations, we're actually saving the community money by doing that.
I don't think you're taking business away from the
No,
veterinarians.
it's gonna come back to savings for all of us in the community.
You're helping.
Yeah, I mean, we refer people all the time back out
Obviously,
to veterinarians.
The judge has not just made this up. People have come to him in the veterinarian profession and asked why they aren't given the opportunity to perform the same service at the same price that you're paying out-of-county veterinarians to do. I think that's all they're asking for,
Well, I think
is the ability to either bid it or say yes or no to those prices.
well, couldn't any vet set their price at what they want, I mean,
Any business owner can set the price
some
for
of the
his
vets
goods and
here
services.
have
that we want.
started having services at the lower cost, like the vet clinic here, the pets clinic here.
But if there were to be some criteria to be met for people who are indigent or whatever, didn't have the money to do so, could we not give these local vets the option of charging less for those particular people, like you're paying those veterinarians?
I don't know what would be
It
stopping
had
them
been asked, as far as
now.
I know.
But this
I
has
don't think
actually
it's been
even
in
gone
this
up before the
situation. They
state,
won't go down.
and the vets didn't show up to
Well, if they
support.
won't go down, then we'll get the bid.
The vets went up.
Free market.
The state had a hearing on this with Drew Springer, and none of the vets showed up to speak. There was not a single vet there to speak on the
There's some other
issue.
issues
They're
there.
on the up and up, and it's a legal enterprise, but it's a private enterprise, it's 501c3, and they're doing services for a lot less money than their private veterinarians do. I mean, I'm just, that's,
That's where the roads come.
Okay, so the rub is coming in because we think that instead of helping the community and saving community members money and trying to provide another avenue, I mean, I don't understand.
that actually is not the point of this discussion.
Okay, well,
It was, but the discussion is that Young County at times needs access to a quarantine facility where if we do have an animal control officer, or if we don't have, then the sheriff's got that kind of responsibility to do that, I mean, we have a dog bite, that's an aggressive dog bite, and there's a complaint on that animal's got to be quarantined. At times, they can be quarantined on the owner's property location, at other times, they have to be transported somewhere for a quarantine facility. So that's what we're looking for, I believe, is an opportunity to either have animal shelter furnish that quarantine facility, or if not, if we may even be able to
Okay.
put our own facility on that
I mean, I believe that the kennels that we have set up do pass for warranty, that they're able to be used from. The question is, and what I'm asking, and I think what we need is, so these animals need to be checked on a couple of times a day, per the guidelines from the, I guess, the state. And I'm assuming that we would be doing that since we're there.
But if we got somebody certified to do that, that'd be fine.
Yes, of
And
course.
then we make a kennel out there that's that's purpose is just for the county. So we make our own one kennel, so it'll always be vacant at one time that we need it. And we won't have to call y'all and say, hey,
So it
can you
wouldn't be
move this
one-
dog around to here and here?
Yeah, so it wouldn't be one that we currently have. You want a new one, a new one.
Not well.
Unless you've done one.
Once you got one.
So then, if you're wanting one 24/7 where we're never able to put another dog in there, then we're gonna be looking at different numbers, because we also have, and because I don't know how often this is going to come up, but I think that we would have an issue with another, we couldn't use that kennel when it's not being used to house another animal, because, I mean, we only have 24 runs, period.
I think the real question here is the county has a problem, and can you, or are you willing to help us solve it?
Yes, 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 absolutely. I mean,
That's a pretty high hurdle to jump that you just read off to us.
okay, well, I'm just saying, this is what we would be liable for if it's on our premise and and you guys, and you have a responsibility, and I have a responsibility. We all have responsibilities, we gotta figure out how we can make this work.
Like is Kim Shawver, is she certified to go on that? Like if they have.
I believe so. Kim is certified
I
to,
think so. I know she does not decapitate. I know she refers to a vet for that.
But she can observe them.
I believe
So if
so.
we subcontract through her,
Let her say, pay her a fee for doing that during once or twice a year that we might have that happen.
yeah. That's what I'm saying too. If it is once or twice a year, do we have to leave that?
Can we
kind
find a
of open?
solution rather than obstacles?
yeah.
The only other thing with that is would our staff be cleaning that facility? Because if
Here
we're
again, once
cleaning,
again, I ask you, do you know that every animal that you come in there is clean from rabies?
no, but I also know they don't have a bite history, a known bite history.
And that's
that
the worst
we're
kind,
walking in
one
with
that
a-
doesn't have a history that has it.
I'm sorry.
I said, that's the worst possible scenario, one that does not have a bite history that comes in with rabies. Because you're not expecting it, you're not guarding against it, you don't have the SOP to guard
Well, we
against that.
do have one for just intake on animals, like for if an animal's acting aggressive when it comes in. We do have one. No, we just don't, I don't.
To
think we
assure that
have
they
one.
don't have rabies.
No, not to be sure that they don't have rabies,
Yeah.
but how to interact with an animal that is potentially acting, aggressive when it comes in, certain things like that.
I have very few staff members for the pay that they get that want to walk in a kennel with a known bite risk dog. I mean, our employees are getting paid not a lot.
But not combat pay.
And I've asked them about different scenarios, and I don't have anybody on staff that I'm aware of that's willing to go through training and shots and that wants to go in and has the experience to walk in with a bite dog. There's maybe, I would say, 2 of us there that have had behavioral training with dogs, that know about body language with dogs and reading dogs. The rest are employees who have not had an extensive dog and cat background.
I think that, it's doable, and there's, I guess, because there's no way, the only other thing that, do y'all have any, is there any way that they could be quarantined at a veterinary clinic, like a full-service veterinary clinic?
That's what we've been doing, I suppose that they're probably, we haven't traveled that out.
It's those midnight.
It looks like.
When the dog bite at midnight or something like that.
Last one you had Matt Texas, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Dog bite at midnight?
The last one the sheriff had went to Jacksburg, because he couldn't find anybody here in Young County.
After hours.
Avenue that we will research.
Okay.
And we will, we will see what we can have provided for that.
What is the code you're reading from?
This is the official, the official Texas Department.
It's administrative code, like,
169.21, 169, 169.
I just want to make sure that I'm not getting us into a bunch of trouble as well. Now, this is, come my attention.
Believe that this court does a lot of things sometimes it doesn't want to do, we've got to do it because of regulations. We work for the state.
Yeah, so, and if we're, so I want to make sure that if we are going
Who
to
knows this law?
do this, that, I mean, we're doing it the right way.
Trying to find a way
Make
to
sure we
run
weren't
stuff.
trying to complicate your issues out there, so, if you're not capable or comfortable with quarantining an animal, then that'll be it, we'll search for some
Say
other
no.
option. If they don't have it.
Well,
All of your TDH training and SOP training should not be just for Young County. It should be for the other entities that y'all taking animals for.
well, we're not.
They say they're not taking, they're
We're
not
not taking
quarantining
any
any.
rabies quarantine.
That's kind of random to see.
Not for the city.
We're not taking any rabies quarantine.
You quoted off some numbers on average cost for county animals.
And that,
Quote off those numbers for the average cost of city animals.
the average cost is the same across the board. The average cost is the same across the board. We did across outcomes, what it costs on average. Our intake numbers are the intake cost $58. That is what it is.
How many animals, we had that report, but I don't have it in front of me, how many animals did you take in the city?
For the city,
It's on
is
the
it
back
the
of
second
your-
one, city of
It's the
Graham?
same one, it's on that same form.
I have to add this, 382 and 226.
600.
600 what? 610.
That's for the city.
That's for the city, 610, and the county was 410.
And the county's animals are brought to the Humane Society, and
Or the
our
city-
animal control officer brings the city's dogs to you.
I'm sorry, the Kim, so this is owner surrenders, this is however the animals ended up at the shelter. They ended up there. They were brought in as owner surrenders, they were picked up as strays, they were brought by,
Is the cost of the animal control officer figured into that cost per animal?
no, we don't have
Not?
an animal control officer.
City doesn't have an animal?
Oh, the city has an animal control officer, but yeah, we don't pay for the animal control officer. Well, I mean, yeah, the Young County Humane Society, she's not on staff of the Young County Humane Society.
How many animals do you get from the animal control officer? Do you have any
Do we
idea?
have that? Do we have,
No, you'd have to go back there and break
we
it
have to
down.
go back through and pull those,
So
I guess.
no law made that.
Did you see anything from the city on
No, it's just.
So City of Olney, yes.
Is that the
City of
410?
Olney is the 136 and 62, so that would
it?
298.
198. That's from Almy. Was that included in the county or is that just Almy?
No, that's just the City of
Okay.
Olney, that's separate.
What about the Young County?
Newcastle.
Newcastle,
Is Young
Part
County.
of the-
yes.
Yeah, Newcastle's included in the county.
Young County, that's in the Young County.
And Newcastle doesn't contribute anything to the society? Not all contribute?
Yes,
Yes, I don't think
Olney
so.
does, Olney, but they like pay per animal,
they have an animal control officer that brings in.
and then they, yeah. So, I guess what I'm saying, we might need some time, because we don't, right now, at this very moment, if you wanted to bring us a rabies quarantine animal today, I would have to say no, because I wouldn't be able to provide, I wouldn't be able to provide that animal. Now, if it's next month, I may have somebody trained, but I mean, if you're wanting to just send the animal there and have, somebody come do the checks on it and clean up after it once day, go in with it, or if there's a way to clean around it.
What I suggest, Jacqueline, that you do is take this suggested clause
Clause, the add-
that's been added to that contract, come back to your board, and y'all discuss the issue, and then we'll revisit this item on our next meeting in October. Please. October 14th.
Yeah, it's 15.
Tuesday, it's Tuesday, 14th.
15th.
The holiday is on Tuesday, the 15th,
14th
is
is
that right?
holiday, yeah.
Okay.
We have our meetings on Monday, unless it's a
Unless
holiday.
and then it's Tuesday, okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can I have a moment? Were you, when, at the previous commissioner's report, we provided you financial statements for the year. Have you all had a chance to review them?
Yes, I reviewed it, but that's been 2 to 3 weeks ago, and I don't have that right here.
Everything that y'all are proposing costs more money to the shelter. Do y'all understand? Do you also understand that we are operating at a loss this year?
No, that was my next question. What's your budget look like?
We don't have a budget, Commissioner Stiles, because we do not have any guaranteed money. We do not receive any money from the city unless we meet their requirements. We do not receive any money from Young County unless we meet their requirements. Nobody in this city has to give money to the shelter. Not a single one. They do it out of the general.
I gotta stop you right there. We do not have, I mean, we donate you the money. We don't do requirements. We've been given it. We haven't asked for requirements. Am I correct, Dan?
We got 8 conditions on that.
Well, yeah,
But it is a
contract has
contract that we have to
conditions.
sign before we receive your funding. Is
And
that
I'm all
correct?
for the Humane Society.
Oh,
Yeah, no, so
That's the first contract you've ever signed.
terminology.
You've never ever signed a contract with Young County.
Terminology. We do not receive your funds unless we sign a contract. Correct?
Well, that may be moving forward, yeah.
That's, so.
But I'm
talking
telling
about
you, that's
saying-
the first contract that's ever been signed between Young County and Young County side.
Right. So last year when we stood in this court, it was the first time we had ever actually been on board. So we were pretty much in the dark about everything, about what it was going to cost to run the shelter, what it was going to cost to provide all the services that are required for our funding. And so every dime that comes to the shelter, we have to account for. And that, of course, is my job as treasurer. Last year, I was brand new to this, so I was learning as I went. So we don't have a budget because we don't know how much money we're going to
Do you
receive.
have any idea what next month's electricity will be because of historical payments in the past?
Yes,
You've got the makings of the budget for fixed expenses in
fixed expenses, but we have no way.
So you got an idea of knowing when you're going past those and looking at it going, why are we doing this? Yeah, that's what a budget, that's all a budget does. It's the best guess you can make.
It
And then
is,
it gives you a management tool.
exactly, and approximately it's $15,000 a month. Okay, none of that money is guaranteed. None of it. None of it. So what the proposals that we are referring to is more shots, more training, more staff, all cost additional fund this year, which we are already operating on a loss this year. So to take it forward, that means the amount of money that we're receiving right now isn't covering our current costs. These are more costs. So we're going to be operating further in the hole. So how do we overcome those costs should we, decide to pursue this? And that's one of the things that I wanted to address is that additional funding is not guaranteed. Additional costs are if we pursue all of this extra training. So we fundraise, we try, we petition everyone that we possibly can. We do, everything that we can, and we're still in the hole. So I just wanted y'all to be completely aware that we are trying, but some of the proposals that we get presented, we can't afford. I mean, it's just, we don't have the staff for it. We don't have the expertise for it.
We give money to volunteer fire departments.
Sure.
They never have enough money.
Yeah, exactly.
We never have enough money in our precincts to pave every road that people won't pay.
Exactly.
If we paved it, we'd have extra expenses that we just don't have the money for.
Exactly.
Okay, so I understand what you've got financial constraints that you've got to work within.
Yes.
All we're asking is there any way that we can be creative enough to work together and try to figure out a way to solve the problem of a rabid dog in the county that needs to be put in order?
The sheriff had found a solution for the last one, so we are working together. We are.
Yeah, there's some more of that money we don't have being spent for things we don't anticipate. Out of his budget.
Exactly. So we don't, again, back to our.
His expenses aren't guaranteed either.
So,
For our record, you place your name.
Joseph Green.
Joseph Green.
Y'all have a
Huge.
So-
You're the treasurer.
I'm the treasurer.
So when y'all have turnover, do y'all have to send them to a school and retrain them, it costs more money and stuff?
No, most of our training that's done for, like, is in-house, and like I said, when we run out of staff, because we do have such a turnover, we actually have board members, myself and 3 other board members trained on, we go out and we clean the kennels, and we feed the cats, and yes,
God bless you.
we do it, because we do have that high of a turnover, and sometimes it's a juggle between, do we hire somebody else in return, because if somebody leaves them, we're gonna be back out there cleaning kennels every day, and, caring for the animals, and cleaning cat apartments, and doing litter boxes, and, doing parvo protocol, I mean, so it's just, and it is, and we try to be as careful as we can with every penny, and I mean, I wish I could pay, we have people there, I wish we could pay them so much more, but I mean, it is what it is, and not a single one of them are out there because I need a paycheck. They're all out there because that is where they want to be.
Can I just shoot something off the hip, and I don't know if Travis will for this or not, the sheriff, but like, what if, like, we help out with the ag barn? What if we send inmates out there and do kennels and stuff every day? Is that even possible, or, you know what I'm saying?
To clean their kennels?
Yeah, and kind of help out, and then that way they might get a buzz out a little bit. I don't know, just a
If there was
thought.
a quarantine facility that was,
You know what I'm saying?
constructed on the premises,
Yeah.
why couldn't the inmates come?
Would they be certified and trained?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Thought.
Same thing.
And then plus you can help them out a little bit too with, when they are short-staffed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, just a thought.
The inmates do come and mow the grass.
Right.
So,
The work sergeant.
Yeah.
But they just, yeah, that was just.
I know, that's true too.
Chemicals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We're fine.
you need to be more lenient, sir.
And we do have a.
We're pretty thin
one of our
resources
employees
also.
Is a, offenders we're
I was
talking
just
about,
shooting
no,
the
we can ever know if
dart,
dogs will
something
be
else.
aggressive and suddenly bites.
Thank you.
We do have a train, our intake coordinator is a trained behaviorist, and if a dog has a potential that's going to bite somebody, she's also our euthanasia tech, and after the time periods are allotted, if the dog needs to be, humanely, destroyed, then she does that. So, I mean, we try not to have dogs that are dangerous in the areas where people are going to be cleaning and stuff. That's just for, just regular dogs.
That'd be the only way that I could have anybody out there doing it. They'd have to, the animals would not have, they couldn't be in with them, in the holding facility at all. Because if one of them gets bit, they just liability, I just got sued, the county got sued.
Prisoners,
We just got one, we've got just one issue that doesn't happen very often, but it does occasionally through the year. We're just trying to solve this one little item of transporting an animal to a quarantine facility where it can be observed for the proper amount of time. And if they show signs in traffic, then they'll be destroyed or I guess. Obviously, that's what we've done by
They'll have to be transferred to somewhere.
professionals, so, I ask you to take that contract back, consider it with the board, go through whatever process that you need to feel comfortable about what you have to do this little simple item that we're asking of you. And if you can, then we'll obviously move in a different direction.
Because today I'm hearing no from you.
I mean, it's a no today, but let me take it back and we will go talk about it. But, I mean, and we'll see if there's something we can
Are donations up or down for the Humane Society?
down. This is a down period right now. I mean, we just had text on the gifts and it was, but, I mean, we're looking for some, we're getting some campaigns together that we are hoping for, you know, as we go into the fall, it usually picks back up.
I think the city of Graham contract on 26,000, something like that.
It's right around there, and I believe they do,
Water,
yes,
trash.
and, yeah, water and trash.
And I also believe the Young County doesn't charge us property taxes as well. So,
No,
501c3s don't.
501c3 organizations will exempt property tax. And there's another one, 501c3 issue that is a little bit problematic, although there's not anything legally matter with it. Just folks that don't want that kind of competition. And I
understand that.
understand.
I understand that. It's a rock and hard place between trying to see, you know, bringing this down here and doing that, or is it going to, you know, cause undue competition, or is it actually going to help solve the problem and help, you know, help dent the problem? So, and that's what we're trying to do. You know, I try to always assume local intent with it whenever I possibly can, and that's what we're trying to do. We are trying to provide as many resources as we possibly can for the community members, and save as much money as we can, so that hopefully we can use that money to elsewhere where it's.
Well, this rabies situation is definitely an entire community problem, and, you know, it's something that we need to tend to and take care of.
Okay, we'll see what we can do, just because I'm saying, no, we can't today, that's just today, and then we'll see what we can accommodate, okay?
Is
We've got to make
rabies,
some.
is rabies rapid here or anything right now, or something?
Comes and goes.
A lot of cases.
Is there any other government organization that contracts with you other than the city of Graham and Young County?
Only, right, only.
You just stop.
But they're, in fact, I've never seen a contract from one, we just keep funding.
Do you have other government organizations that contribute? Just Graham and Young County,
That's grant money.
everything else?
Is there grant money out there for you?
No, right now, we're actually in the middle of cleaning up it, well, I don't know how to say, like, we're in the middle of, when we took over, there were some outstanding things from a couple other organizations that we're working on finalizing before we can file.
You say when you took over, was there some problems before you took over?
No, it just, they were gonna close.
That's a problem.
It was gonna close, so,
That's a problem.
something there.
Do you mind if I make a comment about the local vets? We've lost relationships with one of the local vets because of the outstanding bills we had. I personally made sure that the bill was taken care of, but we lost the relationship with the local vet over that, so we can't even use them. So, one of the reasons that we partnered with pets is because they offer veterinary services for animals at a lower cost. And the numbers in our budget reflect that we are paying less money to pets than we would a local vet. They did offer us adjusted rates for our animals, but it was still a burden on the Humane Society to pay even those prices. Pets has allowed us to lower our vet bill, otherwise we'd be further in the hole.
Any expense is a burden.
Exactly. In every way we can find to lower those costs with our limited funding.
That's what you gotta do.
That's exactly right. Our purpose was never to irritate or anger any local businesses. That was never the purpose of that. It was to help the expenses of the shelter, because the animals still need veterinary care.
When was the last time the board reached out to local veterinarians to have a sit-down, face-to-face talk about this?
I have not.
But we use, there's one that we use called Live Oak, we use them pretty regularly. In fact, I picked up dogs from them, they couldn't find a place for 2 dogs to go, because they dropped off, and I went and picked them up and got them into rescue.
They're in Jack County, but they are.
We use Burnham regularly too. We have a dog one there Tuesday.
Yeah, Burnham, yeah, there's only one that I know of that is not very happy with us, but it's not even us that they're not happy with, they're not happy with what happened prior to us coming over.
Right.
relationships.
And sometimes that stuff just takes time, and sometimes they have to, and we're still building up the reputation from things that have happened in the past with this humane society. So, sometimes things do just, they take time, and we're in the long haul, and we're doing everything we can to, provide a financially stable and a financially feasible humane society here in Young County.
Well, I've adopted some animals from y'all, and I appreciate y'all. I know you're in an uphill battle, but I do thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Could you, put together the numbers, of what it would cost us, under all those stipulations you just
Yes.
to have this available to us?
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, like I said, I just got this as I was in my vehicle on the way over here, so I've only had just a few moments to
I
look
want you to know
over
you've
it.
done one heck of a good job here today.
Well, thank you, and I will put together what we would need, and maybe we can even then, but let's solve this, and let's get it figured out.
Just because we don't like what you're saying doesn't mean you don't like what you're
And I
saying.
am not somebody that tells anybody no. I am the person that goes up like, well, yes, let's figure it out. But unfortunately, I have to say no today. But
Let's
let me
continue to
go-
look for a solution.
let's look for a solution. Like I said, I'll be with the rest of the board, and we'll see.
Give
what
us,
we can-
give us a number.
Yes, a number.
Okay.
Gotcha.
The modification's only for your consideration, it didn't, we weren't expecting any kind of yes or no.
Okay.
You just have that, we can discuss it.
All right. Well, we have it, and we shall.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Both
much.
barrels loaded. Thank you.
Well, I just. Sorry.
No, you're good. We just found a few numbers she didn't have, but she had a lot of numbers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The rest of mine.
Anyway, thank you for your time, Lord.
Thank you.
See
Thank you
y'all.
very much.
Appreciate y'all.
We'll be all.
Thank you all for what you do for our animals and public around here. We appreciate it.
And thank y'all for serving the county.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Keep up all right.
Got it.
Follow the problem, isn't it?
I know. I'm going to close the door.
Yeah, you did real good. That wasn't a yes there.
That young lady can talk.
She got a career in politics somewhere. You
I
know,
never heard her take a breath.
she rattled off them regulations pretty quickly. But
I'd have to go sit down and breathe.
we'll have to read that 169 that you read it already.
I've perused it before,
Did you?
and health and safety code, all that goes along.
Make sure.
I still don't
That dog
understand
back
how they
to
can't
the-
have everybody have those shot protocols.
No, no.
Rabbit animal comes in unknown to them.
Because that guy didn't, probably didn't have the money to get it out, get it,
In the back,
rabies
they can be
shots.
shared by
Not on the jail
three
list anymore.
that have contracts.
He's not on the jail list anymore. He got
And-
bombed out.
As long as they're available when we need them.
Well, but.
We don't know.
I know,
Who?
but what I'm saying is,
Y'all
it
did
can be
it?
divided
I didn't know
by
he was in
three.
jail.
About all need grams.
You got killed all.
Oh, really?
It would help them, but it would help us.
They get some monthly checks, so he's got.
Got to constantly remember that Aldi and Graham are both county. They're all citizens of the county.
Well, I understand that, but if it's inside the cities, they get shared. I understand Newcastle's with us.
That's good, it sounds to me like they don't really want to do that, they don't want to,
But if they're off to the side, then they couldn't use them, and they're always out there for our use, is what I'm talking about. I know,
like
but
that. It's like that. Isn't that contract? Provide, so, if they can get ours, they don't obviously.
but I'm just saying, if y'all can construct it so that somebody can actually decide
They have, they'll keep their relationship, we are going to have.
But what I'm saying is if you can take it out there, somehow spread it out,
It's already
so
10:30.
that nobody has to go in.
It's just 5:30.
Monitor them,
This one's
they don't leak. You just have to put it out there.
You got such a-
Maybe twice.
Pretty kids this weekend.
It's an SOP they're talking about.
Right, but if it was.
We got a top
Standard
It's the bank. You don't have to mess with the money. You just tell it everything you're doing, and you get it stopped. You know, hotel, real, pay rent, do it. One was 10, one was 7.
How would you know?
2.5 hours.
How would you know?
30
How much
minutes,
is coming in?
2 hours.
If you had 40,000 coming in, and then you said 15,
For over 2
well,
hours.
that's,
Why can't they start doing, here's what we expect to spend, here's what we expect to put in. Fundraise for this much money.
right. But he had to do that on his.
Exactly what we do.
Sure.
Has he been in office?
It doesn't have to have it.
He has been here that long?
No, sure.
Are you not staying till the end? It's mad.
What can we do? Chris started talking about combat pay. My God, you don't think one of our officers not under combat pay would go out after that rabid dog? Nathan, I have got a press release for the circus. Can I just send it over to you?
Yeah,
Can I come by maybe to the radio station or you and do a little interview or something?
we no longer own the radio station, so.
Okay.
you
Can I
come
go by and ask them then if I can?
Yeah, you definitely come stop by.
You're still in the same building though?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, but they set
I
them
bet
off.
you're thrilled not to have that to work with anymore, aren't you?
Well, they set them off before I was even here, so we haven't.
Okay, well, I will see them,
We
see
haven't
if they
opened in a while.
can do a little interview, give away some tickets for us or something. I'll send you that press release then.
Sounds good.
Okay. Do I have your, what is your email address?
It's news@grahamleader.com.
News@grahamleader.com, that's easy enough. Thanks.
Grimleader.com. Y'all got a new sports guy, huh?
Yeah,
I seen him at the game Friday night.
he's been here, I guess almost 2 months now.
Really? That's the first time I've seen him.
Maybe 6 weeks.
Maybe I got him confused with the high school kids because he looks like he's about 12.
Really, probably the oldest sports guy we've had in
Is he really?
quite a while.
God, he looks so young.
I mean, he's got,
What's his name?
his name's Mike Williams.
Oh,
I remember that brother-in-law's name. is Mike.
man, at our age, everybody looks young.
I mean, look at Nathan.
Hey, Nathan, he looks like a kid.
I know.
Well,
What are you, 21, 22?
I'm 23.
I'm close.
He's old.
He is.
He's old.
Man.
I bet he feels older than he did at 16.
Cause, I mean,
Well, who doesn't?
yeah,
I still feel 16, Kay.
cause Travis Martinez was only 25, and Travis Martinez, the last one, was only 25, and Mike's 30, and he's got an 8-year-old and freshman and a newborn.
Oh, that's good. Did you tell him not to be talking to young girls?
That's kind of why we were hoping maybe if we go with somebody with the family, that it's less likely to happen.
Yes. That'll get you in trouble.
Yeah,
Well, I can't say that.
Because he said their expense for 15,000. That's
But it
160,000.
depends on how many of these animals come in during the month.
Last year, about fixed expenses.
Well, wait a minute, it's for the whole year, so if you divide that by 12, you got 3,000. No.
The other 12,000 is
No,
going
it's
in.
5,000. 6, 72.
You've already got their budget. Just go backwards.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be like, for animals alone, it's about $5,700 a month for the animals.
Yeah, so the other 10,000 is in,
Well, you've got electric, you've got
but
food.
that should all be figured into the cost per animal to keep.
Well, you would think so.
Yeah, that's
But,
a cost.
but, they
Food.
had to use what they were getting from the last ones. So they're not on what they need to be looking at for the cost of electric, for food.
So
for
they're going all in there.
Right, so 58 might be a little bit low for an animal. I'm saying, I don't know.
I agree. I think we probably spend more than like $200. I don't know.
Well, what was the
Budget,
one
is it-
ten
how much did they spend last year?
I don't know. But they started off saying 110 an animal, and then it went down to 58, so I don't know.
Balance sheet.
I know. She was about off, not like one.
Yeah, don't put that right.
That's quite a few animals though, y'all. That's over 1,200 animals.
That's a lot.
in a
But
year.
what, my point about the county is the county folks are bringing them off the county roads and out of the farms and bringing them to the shelter where Kimberly gets them and brings them to the shelter in the city.
Right.
So the cost is higher per animal surrendered because of the salary and expenses of the dog catchers that bring them to us,
But that's the city.
which are also county residents of
I
Wayne County staff.
understand, I understand.
What are you gonna do with them? Leave them as strippers? Get that Angelina? Name card. Here, buddy,
Yeah,
let's see.
and animals were inside the city before they were found in the.
Oh, gosh.
I thought he was supervisor. The supervisor. I'm just hoping that way you're.
Well, you did look at.
I'm trying to
How you
help,
doing?
I'm trying to help you get it.
How you doing?
I'm trying to-
Are you gone, Travis? You're back.
Right. Right, but now since she's taking over.
I know. And that's okay.
I'm with you.
Oh, gosh, that was a long one.
Killing us.
That would be a hard.
That'd be
It'd be very hard.
filibuster person.
Yeah, she could, couldn't she?
She's good.
She can kick off her shoes, put on her tennis shoes, sit there talking for 3 hours, 4 hours.
Slow it down, so you can.
I'll make the copy. That's all you need from me, isn't it? Frank copy it.
I heard from you.
After he signs that carrier contract, I'll get you a
Yeah,
copy.
we can talk about it.
Fixing to. I'll get you this.
Okay.
I think one of my best times out there, he's a lab mixed with a Great Pyrenees. He's a big old boy. He is just the biggest baby. Just love him. And just lays with our little grandkids,
Yeah.
the little ones, he'll just lay there with
Some
them.
of them just lay.
on him, and he just sits there. Just a good dog.
Dogs are like kids though, they have so much work.
Yeah,
You gotta find a babysitter, take them somewhere.
yeah.
That's why I told Clay, I'm not ready to become a dog.
Yeah, I talked myself into thinking I want it all. And then when it's time to go to conference, it's like, nah, I don't need it.
I know, you gotta have a
Then I had to
babysitter.
find somebody.
Yeah,
Just never get more facts.
that's the truth.
I know.
Okay. We're good, Kate.
So far.
Did you print out a good copy of that contract to sign that I can send back to, after we go over it, to,
Well, sure.
the carrier?
Oh, we haven't gotten down there to
No,
that.
but, okay.
That's
you-
next, isn't it?
This is all I have.
Well, I don't have a colored printer anymore. I mean, I could print on the copier if we want a colored one to send back.
Well, this is all I have. It's a one page
I'll give you.
He's got it.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Kimmy might have it. Might call you.
Yeah, that Jean Higgins sent it to, I have it if she doesn't, if she doesn't have that signature page. Oh, that front page is it, so he signs down here.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I have. I don't, you were talking about a contract with the city.
Well, that, this isn't really a contract.
No, this is the signature page.
Uh,
Well, this is agreement, it's an agreement, and it talks about how much it is, so that may be all I have is that one page. I don't know, I'll see. Stacy, are those old budgets that we've gone over? I see all those clippies on them that sure, Stacy, they're issued to my, I'm gonna start putting my name on.
Issued to
Because the dollars looks like a whole giant enormous box.
Yep, I just know he'll keep them to use in his office.
Precinct 3 operates.
That's what I do.
Oh,
I use
okay.
it in my office.
We get them pretty cheap.
I just need y'all to work do one thing.
Right.
I got bored to find it. You know the little boxes that you hang on the side of the wall and you can slide papers into them?
Oh, like a organizer box? Complaint box?
Yeah. I need one for my guys, so when they come in, they can slip the freaking receipts in there.
Just one that sticks to the wall? We might have one at all.
Do you really? I'm gonna get it. Cause I have to go and start looking through the trucks.
Even a wire basket or something, but a tray would be better.
The one that on the wall would be better, cause my door opens up.
Yeah, if you had slots, you could put big envelopes and then put whatever in each one.
Yeah, because we didn't have those tractor supplies. I didn't visit them. I thought, so I texted Jim and Jim said, I have a rock fence. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
I knew that, but I thought maybe he was.
Yeah, we pour the fence on the road.
Oops, something snagged.
Yeah. It just happens.
It happens when people plowing too. Those big plows.
Yes.
Did Marcia get with you on
The
this?
linear, they would stop breaking them in.
Okay, in the middle.
I got one over here for attorneys.
We just straight out to your house. And they're like,
I have a 14. Sorry. I actually don't have a lot of problem. If there's a dog there, usually it's one of the neighbor dogs. That's why they came down and killed my dog. And I will shoot it because.
Their dogs killed your dog?
And his is a big old Pyrenees. And they have growled at me before. That's why I go out there with a 410.
You had it right where to shoot that.
I told him I was going to shoot it.
sure. Well, I guess I have.
Yeah, I think that's all I had, and there's a place down there to sign it on. I can try to print out a, pretty colored one that we scan back in.
I guess this one's on my head.
Okay,
That's all you gave me.
okay, that's probably all I had then, because it has a signature page and everything,
And all this right here consists of is the air conditioner, just an air conditioning
so. As soon
unit.
as he gets.
I think that's.
And the heater?
Same, evidently the same was a little bit higher than what
Teacher was yelling at you. Why you yelling at me?
That's the owner, he's been familiar with it too long.
higher was it?
Why you yelling?
It's $100 a year, I mean, the whole amount's $100. It was 3,220 last year, so it's, right? Yeah.
But this doesn't consist of doing our flushing of
I'm hanging on the wall.
our heater or anything.
I think this, I think they included
Thank you.
one service of the.
The city county board report.
Yeah, well, but this is the chiller contract. This is for the chiller.
So this is just chiller only.
It's chiller only, but they come and check
Do
it, I
we-
guess.
Do we need to get a deal from to do a water service?
Well, we kind of have a verbal, don't we, with Carrier on the boilers, like what,
We've been doing that annual process.
that acidizing now. Well, that's what Charles was doing, but I guess the new guy's gonna do it also.
If it hadn't been done, I think we need to get done before we start firing back up.
Now, they usually get with us,
Before we switch,
Yes, I would
before
do
we
that.
switch back.
that may be next week, who knows?
Today's the first day of fall.
Autumn, it says on my calendar.
Awesome.
Autumn.
Oh,
Autumn. Whatever.
Indians, they're still
It's
alive.
fall, it's still summertime.
They're still alive.
No action already?
and then it's supposed to be the high 60s.
All is in the air. Doesn't look like you. It is small, but it
Did y'all finish with the humane society?
Well, I guess till further notice.
Till further.
Okay. Item number 9, we're back in order today. It's 10 minutes till 11. This is September 23rd, 2019. Discuss, consider carriage services agreement. And this is the service agreement that we've had with regard to our chillers. I guess for quite some time. It's $100 higher than it was last year. And although it doesn't say it in here, we'll make contact with us, see if that still includes that.
Well, that'd be on the board. Yeah, see, it says down here, 3 scheduled inspections and 1 annual inspection. So on the chiller, that's the chiller only, and then I think we have something separate for the boiler.
They were performing that, let's see, they were performing that 1 annual forward.
Yes.
I don't think we were providing any extra, I think that was just about, that might have been just about, verbal agreement between.
Maybe, I need to look and see if I got something.
With pleasure here on your.
We got it in the budget.
Yes, we budgeted for it every year.
So moved.
Pruitt. Motion, Roger on the second. To approve the services contract, Carrier Commercial Services, Fort Worth. All in favor? That be 4. Oh. We note that Commissioner Wiley has left the room for temporarily, I guess you'd say.
He was mumbling when he left that one anyway.
He said, I'll be right back.
All the drilling that hole up front. Oh, gosh.
Okay. Problems in front.
I hope not.
I hope not even.
It's a gas line, don't worry about it.
Evacuate.
Item number 10 is discuss and consider 2019 Arctic Association of Rural Communities of Texas membership renewal, $395. I think we did this last year, I'm not sure if we did the year before, I can't remember that far back.
I think so.
Um,
So moved.
Doesn't cost a lot to do that.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Pruitt to approve the Market Association of Rural Communities in Texas membership renewal for $395. All in favor? Carried 5-0. Item number 11 is discuss and consider road crossing permit at Brad's Telephone for Ricker Road, precinct number 2.
I knew nothing about it until I got this. They're boring, and I'm sure it's going to be internet service.
Utility vehicle.
Yeah.
Is this
Stevens house.
That's a new facility.
Yep.
They're putting in fiber optic out there.
Little. Who owns that house up there?
Sparky's house, it says it.
Steve, dead?
No, the other one that's up the road, that nice one.
Oh, crossing that stack lot?
Yeah.
I don't know.
God, I can't think of the name.
I know what you're talking about.
And,
Little, Little Norman.
Little Norman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Little Norman stuff.
Indeed.
We've been so
Yeah.
long before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Henry.
It's on the east side.
Yeah. Some of them now.
Motion by Mr. Pruitt, second by Mr. Wiley. That is, they call it road four. It's four. And, I guess, is that a D waiver?
Yeah, so, yeah, it's subject to, it's a waiver fee.
Yeah. Okay, all in favor? Carried by vote. People out process. Item number, item number 12, discuss and consider burn restriction. A little shower. I think I had 4/10 yesterday.
I don't know what I had last night.
Good little ridge last night.
Went pretty little shower.
How much you get?
Inch and a half.
Little ridge
Did you really?
When was that?
last night.
Last night? You got that?
Little ridge.
Really?
I heard it was about 11. I snoozed.
It's been very surprising, huh?
We had almost an inch and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just, up north of us, you got quite a bit
This
of
doesn't,
rain.
y'all live better in Levy than we do down here.
They did.
We tried.
Well, it shut down before it got to the bottom board.
Well, what does that take you to?
Well, there you go. We're talking about living
My
good.
dad lives up on the hill,
Oh.
his fault.
That's good.
I had 4 showers, I guess, periodically through the afternoon, yesterday, maybe some last night, I didn't know about, so 4/10 this morning.
There you go.
No action there?
Make a motion with there.
Anybody opposed? Nothing, 5-0, we're down the garden.
We'll have a flagpole bond put in here in a little bit.
Getting there? Didn't hit anything unnecessarily?
Oh, yeah.
You scared us when you walked out.
Well, I can't get through to them, they got a text, I said, I'm in court.
Oh,
When
oh,
you're working with older generation, they don't care.
I hear ya.
Things to sign.
They don't text.
We can try. Might get dollars over in a long time.
We're still on 9 feet.
Yeah, but that was in. Yeah, well.